What's going on YouTube? Another friendly gamer here, and I'm bringing you something that we don't usually do here on my channel, and that's Assassinate. And the reason why I don't really bring Assassinate is because I'm not necessarily that good at it, but hopefully that's going to change in the near future. And I think from showing you this gameplay, it might be the first sign of light or optimism, at least from my part, of what's going to happen when I start playing Assassinate. And the reason why I'm blabbering so much about Assassinate right now is that I'm actually excited about the fact that I got my first 10k in Assassinate. But what's even more impressive about even reaching 10k is that I've never done it ever, okay? From playing this game for 3 months, you'd think I'd maybe get at least one 10k, but it hasn't happened. I guess I'm just not that good, and I guess playing this game really helped my confidence. As much as I had fun killing people, I know that sounds awful in real life, but from the perspective of a gamer, I was feeling pretty good playing this game. And I guess the credit goes out to the people that have actually helped me out, which are Nova Star Dragon, which there's a series that we're doing together on how to improve my gameplay, which actually helped my free running, how to use disguise. Unfortunately, I don't use disguise in Assassinate, but for deathmatch, it definitely helped me out finding which people are NPCs and which ones were actually real players. And you can tell that I've improved by identifying my opponents. Another thing that I have to pretty much thank is my clanmates. There's Mr. Marshmallow and Omawar-san. These people have really helped me out. They've made me angry at certain points. I've raged a couple of times, but you know what? In the end, it was definitely worth it because look at the product. I got my first ever 10k. And you know what? You guys know what's happening with my channel, okay? I never talk about the gameplay. So, because this is my first ever 10k, for this video specifically, we're going to talk about my first. And for a really long time, I was thinking, what could I talk about my first? Because most of my first are actually some things that happened a really long time ago. Like, first of all, my first kiss. Okay, this is going to be extremely embarrassing to actually admit, but my first kiss actually happened when I was about 5 years old. And for the longest time, I was struggling to realize if it was actually real or if it was a dream, because at the time I wasn't really serious, liking the girl. It was just us going underwater, and then we were like pretty much pecking underwater until my sister found us out, and it was just a really weird scenario what was going on, because it wasn't anything intimate or anything. It was just, you know, when you're 4 years old and you don't know what you're doing and you're just living like a little kid building a spaceship because you just wanted to build a spaceship. That was my logic. I was just going underwater kissing, but I didn't know really what kissing meant, okay? I was just too young to even know. Okay, so that was definitely my first kiss, theoretically, but literally term kiss means a lot more than just that, because to kiss someone for me is actually something that actually means a lot to me. And I didn't have my first real true kiss until my second girlfriend, which I talked about on my Valentine's Day special. Yeah, that was the girl. Sorry, I'm just mixing up my stories here, but yeah, on the Valentine's Day special I talked about a girl. It took me forever to ask her out, but you know what? She was my first kiss, and I ended up kissing her on a beautiful setting. Okay, it was Canada Day, right? So there's fireworks and everything was absolutely beautiful. You know what? It was unbelievable what was happening, because those were the best fireworks I've seen in my life, and even to this day. Okay, sorry, cut that entire thing. I don't even know how I ended up with a stun on that guy, but here I am struggling for a grab kill. But I ended up doing it, so I felt really proud for myself at that time. But anyways, let's go back to the story on my first kiss. So we were on a hilltop after a fireworks show, and you know how romantic that can be. First of all, fireworks, it's a beautiful show, okay? It could be a crappy fireworks, and you'll still be amazed with your jaw open, saying like, ooh, or it's just the way it goes. Okay, so after the fireworks, we ended up on the hilltop, and pretty much the entire town was basically leaving. So it was crowded, like, you know, in a crowded subway train or something going on right there. That was basically it. Everyone was like shoving us, but you know what? We made the best of it, and it was a perfect goodbye kiss. And that was my first ever kiss for me and for this girl. So it's something that I'm probably going to remember for the rest of my life, just because it's your first kiss, and that's something that It might not mean a lot to other people, but for me, it was pretty much the start of me actually opening up to becoming who I am. And you guys are probably looking at me with strange looks, like, really, like a kiss meant that much? Well, at the time, I really cared for the person because I liked her a lot. Think about it. I actually tried to ask her out multiple times, and I was struggling to do it for about 4 months straight. So that was my mistake right there. But it was a lot better than my first girlfriend. So there again, here's another story about my first. I've never actually told this story yet because my first girlfriend wasn't really a girlfriend in certain ways, because when you think about it, to be considered a girlfriend or an actual true relationship, for me anyways, I think that it has to be more intimate. And what happened is that our relationship never went really far. If anything, I think all we did was hug or hold hands at school, or whenever we hung out, it was basically like a hug or a cuddle, but nothing more than that. We never kissed or anything. Nothing was really shared other than a lot of smiles, a lot of laughs. And that's really what happened for my first girlfriend. It was just someone that I liked, and we ended up having to write poems for our opening English unit. So as a test, I just wrote 3 poems. And what was cool is that at the time, I was a really good writer. I know, it was just really weird because what I was doing is that I was writing in French but translating it back to English. And that's the way I wrote for a really long time. But anyways, how the poems turned out was, it actually turned out that the girl I wrote it about, she found out about it from another friend who told another friend, and for some reason the entire grade knew that I wrote a poem for this one girl. So she liked that a lot, and apparently not a lot of guys actually like her or appreciate her, which was completely surprising because this girl was adorable. Okay, even to this day, she's the nicest person that I probably know in my grade. I know there was a competition between who was the friendliest of our grade in senior year, and I think it was between her or her best friend. But what was funny is that her best friend won, but they're still friends, and it was like they were still friendly and laughing and everything. Anyways, that's what I found funny about it. I don't know about you guys. But anyways, let's move on to more about this first. Okay, so what's another first thing that happened in my life? Well, my first time ever moving, okay? I guess a cool fact is that I was born north, okay? North of Canada, which for you guys is probably already considered as north. So imagine being born in north of the north. Does that mean I'm actually neighbors with Santa Claus? Does that mean I am neighbors to penguins? No, those are both wrong, because you guys should know by now that penguins don't live in the North Pole. No, they live in Antarctica, which is basically the South Pole, okay? So I've never seen a penguin in my life. And to be honest, I've never lived besides Santa Claus either. I was just making a funny joke that wasn't really funny. Anyways, let's move on to a different topic, because there's a lot of firsts and there's not a lot of cool stories that I can do. Okay, I got a good one. I have a good one, okay? So because you guys know that I live in the north of the north, I'm going to tell you about my first time ever breaking out of my house, which happened, this might be a world record too, but I broke out of my house when I was 2 years old. Okay? Don't worry, give me props, okay? Don't worry. Guys, I get it, okay? Why in the world would I want to leave my house? I don't know. I was 2 years old, okay? I lived in that place for about 2 years, and I had no idea how I'd do it. There's no memory of it, but my parents keep reminding me that I somehow managed to get outside, and it just didn't make sense. How did I get outside at the age of 2? How was I able to actually turn a knob and open the door and get 20 feet outside? It's something completely ridiculous. I don't even know if it's real or not, okay? This story might be fake, and you know what? I have no idea why it wouldn't be fake, because you know what? Maybe my parents were being completely evil when I was young. I don't know. I don't have memory of it, but if I did, I would really want to find those things out. Anyways, those are a couple of stories for my first. I hope you guys actually enjoyed my gameplay for a change, because I don't really have that much action in my gameplay, but here for the next 30 seconds you'll notice that it's the most embarrassing thing you'll ever see in your life, because nothing ends up happening. Everyone is just chasing each other in a train. As you can tell, there was Coyote Man running, now there's Pocahontas running, now there's Huntsman chasing her, so it's basically and then I join in there, okay, just to be even more of an idiot. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys liked a few of my stories there. I wasn't really the most interesting thing, and I didn't play against the best players either, but I really want to keep playing Assassinate, and maybe I can keep bringing you some awesome stuff. Anyways, guys, I'll talk to you all later. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.